Hello everyone, we are back. It's been a while. Today it's just me and Jenna, and we're going to be discussing and keeping up with the English format for Weiss Schwarz, since that tends to be a popular appeal for our channel. So we'll get started with Disgaea, which was released a while back.
Okay, it's bad. Next point.
Well, the reason why I put it on the agenda was it got delayed to later that month when it was released. I think it was released, June?
Uh, yeah, June.
Yeah, June. Or late.
And I mean, it was supposed to be released in June. Did it get released in June?
I think it did, but then it got extended to late June or whatever.
Oh, I see.
But then they still had errors.
I didn't care. June was my ultimate month, so I really didn't give a fuck about what else was happening.
They had errors to the point where they got one of the colors mixed up for a level 0, and actually an important level 0 as well.
Yeah, the trial deck, the previously super expensive and still expensive before they errated it.
And then the color was a huge difference because it helped you. It was originally green, but in the booster it came out to be red. So their green helped splash in Wingslayer, and if you wanted to run other green cards, I guess.
Yeah, they did errata that though. So.
Yeah, they did errata.
I mean, it just looks like shit.
Yeah,
so
it's so weird.
Oh, I have to pretend my card's fucking green because I can't afford the fucking $40 version. It'll be reprinted properly and people will be able to get it soon enough.
Yeah. But overall, judging so far with from the reports I've seen from tournaments or just locals or whatever, Disgaea hasn't really been that much of an impact, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't have anything. I played against it a few times, and they don't really have finishers, so... And having, in the past, when I only played English, play a deck that had, literally no finishers and just healed late game, it's really lackluster and doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it reflects on how Weiss used to be when it's, all about, who can last the longest.
Yeah, it's not meaty anymore. It's about who can fucking kick whoever's butt into the clock or burn for a retarded ounce of damage.
Yeah. But overall, Disgaea, well, I'm just glad that we finally got all the cards that we could up to date for JP for Disgaea, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting drop, an interesting set, but I mean, and I know it's popular. It's a popular series, but it's just too old to really make an impact.
Mm.
I mean, at least most of the stuff we're getting, actually all the stuff we're getting recently is going to be at least new stuff. Not super new, but new enough where it'll, I think, impact the English meta to a point.
Well, that's it. We'll just move on to Love Live 2 DX. It got delayed, and it's actually coming out this month, I believe, right?
Love Live 2 when? At the end of August, I believe August 26th or 8th or something like that.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with it because obviously, I already play it in JP, but I wanted to have some kind of competitive viable English deck in case I wanted to go to regionals or something. But after all those delays, it syncs up too much with Luck and Logic, and I don't really know where my funds are going to be at the time, so I might not buy it right away in English, but it's probably going to be a good deal with the SP layout if they can properly print things the right way. Because Love Live in the past has had quite a few printing errors in Love Live 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was quite a few printing errors in that and the summer trial deck that came out with it for Squaddle Festival. So
I just feel like it's going to be a huge money set.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously if you buy a box and I think you can get 2 SPs, SP, as in an XR equivalent and an SP, because I know it's you guaranteed one.
XR.
I think you're guaranteed 1 UR per box, or Mu.
Oh yeah, they're called Muse.
However you want to say that, MUR.
Yeah,
Muse rare. That I think you're guaranteed 1 of those a box. That or it's just a new rarity tier. It's probably just going to be the XR equivalent, but...
And I'm assuming the XRs are going to be probably the made, as we discussed before.
Yeah, I agree.
From the variety
but
set.
I mean, with 27 SPs. I mean, maybe I think it might be 20. No, 27. Yeah, I think. Yeah, 27 SPs. That's a lot. Obviously, you're gonna get. I mean, the main SPs when they were part of the variety set they went for like, I think it was like 2,000 yen. Some of them 3,000.
Weren't they all the same card, or is it?
I'd have to look it up. They're all the same card, but obviously your girl kind of very slightly sways the rarity. And I mean, you have to also say know that the climax cards are one of the other SPs, and those are. Oh, you know what? It might be like XR SP Muse Rare, and XR would be like the Maids. And then, like, SP would be, like, the School Idol Festival Volume 2, and then maybe the URs are the Climax cards, because we don't normally see signed Climaxes anymore, so maybe they wanted to give a fancy new name to it in English to make people think it was something new. But maybe that's how they're going to do it, but...
Yeah, I believe this is the first set for English to have Climax SPs.
Yeah, I think so as well, but, I mean, those go for a decent amount. Obviously, the blue ones are the
pants
most expensive because they have the pants, but and those are the ones you're going to play if you're going to be playing like the good build. But it's a flexible card, I guess, climax card, but it's pretty. They're really pretty. So I mean, I want to buy it so that I can get the cards, but it's like get the SPs and stuff. But it's going to be very hard to pull what you need out of that set because of how big it is. It's going to probably be like a 6 RR box set, like Idolmaster. And my biggest disappointment is that they didn't release it as its own, like 1, 2, 3 sets with the... Well, not the variety set doesn't count as a set, but like if they just would have done the like Volume 2 and then the extra booster, I think I would have liked that more because you can't... The foiling options are really low with this deck now.
And they probably could have done like a Meister bundle with like the rarity cards if they wanted to make more money, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just personally disappointed that you can only get a specific amount of cards for the blue green quotes meta deck. Like you can only get like your Nico, your Maki 1-0.
And judging by like the double R's, like even
you get a good amount of the cards, like the Rin. You get a good amount of the cards, but...
And I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of double R's too, so maybe the double R's might not be as... Like, the good double R's might not be as easy to pull as well. I'm not... I think there is a defined number set of how many double R's are going to be, or whatever, but I feel like it'd still be difficult since we are combining, like, 2 huge sets.
Yeah, like, all I can say is, you're gonna want to pull movie double R's instead of pulling School Idol Festival 2 double R's because, obviously unless you want to build your waifu decks and stuff, like, none of the School Idol Festival 2 level 3s are played in, like, the good deck, but, I mean, Love Live is Love Live and the fans build it for fun. I mean, it's a really versatile set. And the cards are really pretty. I really like... I've been waiting for School Idol Festival 2 to come out for a long time. So I'm happy that that's a thing. But I'll probably have a 3rd copy of the Love Live blue-green deck after this comes out, and it'll just be in English. So I'm gonna get it, obviously. It's just like... With the delays, it made it very hard for me to save up properly for it.
The Ellie Runner, I see that in a lot of Love Live decks, and that's a double R.
Oh, yeah.
And so is the Akatsuki clone.
Akatsuki Maki as well.
Akatsuki blue clone.
Well, okay, 7 out of 9 of the double R's from School Idol Festival 2 are kind of trash, but those 2 are good. And if you pull those SP in English, damn, you're probably gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I want those cards in English because they are still fairly expensive in JP and hard to get a hold of right now, but I want to foil the deck out, but obviously if I'm going to foil it out, I want to do it in JP because you can make every card foil. Like,
and it's generally
excluding
cheaper.
like a few cards depending on what you run. Very little cards in the deck can come non-foil since like 70% of that deck is extra boost or maybe more. I'm bad at percentages, but I think it's a good set and it's gonna change the English meta a little. I think it'll.
I definitely think it's gonna be like it's gonna compete with the English meta because already people in English they're like so pressed on Soul Rush decks, so it's like more feel for their Soul Rush waifu deck.
I mean, I don't really know. Is Attack on Titan still dominating competitive?
I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't really discuss that without knowing like what the top decks are because, I mean.
I think it's still there.
It deals well with most of the good stuff. I mean, they don't salvage, so they don't really care about Kantai. They do heal with their Nico, but I don't. I mean, the heal's not like, oh my god, if I don't get the heal, I'm gonna fucking.
I mean, you play for the clock shoot ability as well.
Yeah, it's not some big ass card that just comes down to heal. It's a 12, 13k. It's a 13k maybe more clock kick.
And then one
it's
of the really good cards is the Ren card, the one that it's pretty much a free Akatsuki effect if you have 5 stock.
Yeah, and
you
climax.
Put in the climax, yeah.
Yeah, those cards are all really good. They're all from the movie. So I mean, your main cards are movie cards. You know, you got your 1-0 Maki.
Maki?
The Nico. And the deck just gets a lot of value because they have, you know, their main level 1 and their main level 3 combo off the same card, which is kind of bullshit, honestly. But it's good. It's not a weak effect either. It's like, okay, you have your Minami effect, and then you have your really strong clock kick, which if you slap down 2 Nikos with a Haneo, I mean, it's huge, and it already gets big enough with its own combo. So. And
you also have that interesting level 3 Ellie that you run in your build, at least the one that you can make your opponent force refresh their deck. I don't see that effect. I don't think that hasn't been established in the English format yet. With that
that's from School Idol Festival. It's an uncommon. It's an interesting card. I think in that deck you have a lot of. I think that the deck has a few good freedom spots and like not personality, but personal choice, like playstyle slots where you can kind of pick like one like level 3 or 1 to 2 level 3s that you want to play that are like not the main 2, and then like you can splash like specific level 2s. Like I play the anti-level 3 Katuri and the level assist Honk. And, like, those are, like, one of red cards, but they still flow fine with the deck because you're running the anti-runner Koturi level 0, Suicider and stuff. But some people might prefer to run, like, more of the Rin 2k assist to level 3s because it works really well with the Nico and the Haneo, and it just walls you up really hard. And it's got a good on-play effect where you can, like, discard 1, draw 1. And it's solid. I like that card a lot. I might take the Hunks out. Because, like, sometimes you have to shove it in there to get the red, and it's weird. The splashing the red is okay. It works, but
it's just not enough red.
Yeah, and
it contradicts with
and the cards aren't, like, breakingly good. Like, it's not like, oh, shit, I have to get my fucking Honk level assist, or I have to get my...
It's another missed target, too, at least from I see with the green, blue builds or whatever. Like, it's already another miss for your Maki, because Maki only hits blue cards.
The Akatsuki Maki.
Yeah, the Akatsuki Maki.
The level 1 hits anything.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there's a level 1 that hits anything.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. I said it combos with the same climax as Nico. But, overall, it's a good set. It's got a lot of tools. School Idol Festival does have some good cards. Like, the Ellie card is an interesting card. I mean, it's really, like, luck-based and kind of, like, oh, I have to kind of hope. But, like, if you know your opponent's got clean stock and you want to try to, like, deal some damage, quotes, like, by making their climaxes come out of their deck, you can, like, say you hit level 3 first and you slap, I mean, usually you don't have enough stock to, I don't know. The LA is a weird card because sometimes you don't have enough stock to play it because it costs 3 stock to come down.
I use that effect in Girlfriend Beta. It's good if your opponent has 2 or less climaxes in their waiting room because you're decompressing their deck. You're
Yeah,
adding more damage.
it's a situational card, but sometimes you just don't have enough stock to play it.
Yeah, it's
Although
nice.
the deck does,
It's
this deck builds stock really easily, so.
it's a very powerful effect though, because in like how Weiss is right now, there really isn't, even for JP, like those type of effects, there really isn't that much like counters to that unless like unless your set comes with like a, a force refresh card backup or whatever.
Yeah, I mean the set's good. Look out for Love Live.
Yeah.
PSA. There you
And
go.
then even then, it's like you don't want to. Most of the times, you don't want to play those type of those refresh backups anyways. If you have 2 or less climaxes, you usually want to wait out when you have like a lot of climaxes in your waiting room.
Oh, Love Live also has a climax or a refresh backup as well in the new set.
Yeah.
It's a good card. You clock yourself to do it. I don't know if some people dislike that.
Oh, the Umi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have.
So it's not a free fresh, more as it is just a forced refresh.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I think it's good. It just depends. I don't know. So there are some like forced refresh backups where you pay stock instead. Maybe some people prefer that. I like the clocking, but it's situational because at certain times you just really don't want to do it.
Mm.
But it can save you sometimes. If you're gonna refresh with,
like, if you know you have like 6 or 7 climaxes that you've been through, that's in the waiting room, and you have like a whole deck left.
7 climaxes, okay, go ahead, clock yourself.
Mm.
Like, yeah, it's gonna suck if you like hit a climax right before you refresh, but it's still.
Especially in the English format, where we're discussing like how there's a lot of like soul rushy decks, you don't want all that damage to stick.
Yeah.
But I think with also the packaging for Love Live 2 DXs, they're probably gonna come with like those codes, whatever, for the game.
I could see them doing that. Yeah. The weird thing is, I'm trying to think about. Oh, they probably just give out the movie codes. Yeah, they'd give out movie promo cards. I was thinking, well, Skeletal Festival 2, that's like all in-game actual SRs and stuff. But yeah, I think they'd give out the movie promos with it. It's always nice. I always like to get all 3 of those, all 3 codes. And they normally, Love Live, you get 3 promos normally.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it's going to be in this box. I have no clue what promos they're going to put in a box. I mean, Movie Booster had its own promos, and then obviously Squaddle Festival had its own promos as well, so I have no clue what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, it's a nice bonus.
You should probably get you're going to get a shit ton of value on these boxes, probably.
I guess
like, there are a lot of misses you can get on double Rs, etc., but I mean, it's the case with everything. No, yeah. If there was one set in the game where every single double R was just fucking worth like a good chunk of money, it'd be no value. There'd be no point.
Yeah, there's always going to be the shitty double R, and then the high end double R of the sets.
It's just a card game thing. But yeah, we can move on now to something else.
We're going to Nisekoi Extra Booster and the Abyssals. They were announced a while back as well. Nisekoi, I don't think the Extra Booster is going to do anything. It didn't really do anything to the JP cards. And the JP cards are much stronger as well. There's only like 1 or 2 cards you would put into the Nisekoi deck for like the meta builds, and those cards are optional. Like, some people don't even run those cards too.
Yeah, see, I feel like this little block that we get after Love Live, which is just like Abyssal and Nisekoi, it's like the dead zone almost. Like, it's like, oh, okay, these cards they're fine, they're fine cards, but are they gonna make some sort of new deck that's gonna stop the meta? Fuck no. Like,
yeah.
Sweets Nisekoi is.
It's
I've
alright.
played against it. It's not bad. I mean, will it be a probably like pretty good deck in English? Yeah, probably. But like I don't have a lot of experience with English Nisekoi. Do you think Sweets English would be better than like Nisekoi English?
There's certain cards in English Nisekoi. I think it was the level 3 Chitoge, like the one Chitoge, that is actually better than the JP counterpart, but that's about it. I think the way I see Nisekoi Extra Booster, why it's going to influence Nisekoi players or English players is they're probably going to play Sweet more often, or they're going to play the Gorilla slash Sugami build, which is not that bad as well.
Okay. Abyssals is just too niche, I think. They don't really have anything that great.
But the for the Sweets build, at least like I feel like I look at the Sweets build as like an updated Junes build because it's kind of similar to the level 3 Yosuke Junes, because you have to reveal 3 cards to potentially get 3 effects.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then the Haru is definitely is better than the Yosuke because the Yosuke just stock kicks, while Haru potentially clock kicks. It potentially gets power heals and clock kicks, I believe. And then also Sweets gets an Akatsuki effect. But then it's like you realize even that Akatsuki effect might not be good enough for the Sweets build.
Yeah, like obviously Akatsuki effect is a strong effect, but it's nothing to be like if it has no good cards to grab to like sit through the game with, it's just crap.
It depends on the actual Akatsuki effect. If it's the Sweets build, or is it
just not a good Akatsuki effect in general? What does it do?
It's specifically Sweets. So for the Sweets deck, it doesn't really hurt them, but overall the deck itself is like very lackluster.
Yeah, so it just doesn't really have anything to back itself up. So it's like a good effect in a deck that just doesn't have the tools to really use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way. I've noticed with Bushiroad, it's like, for Weiss sets, like they give these like it's either you have like really good utility, but like a crappy, or not crappy, but like a fair level 3 game or whatever. You have like really good level 3s, but then like your earlier game might not be as good compared to other sets.
Yeah. I don't really pay much attention to Nisekoi, so I'm kind of like letting you tell me what it's about, but it's just probably not going to be that impactful.
I'm excited for Abyssals because I know a lot of people prefer the Abyssals artwork.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those people.
Compared to my Shipfus.
Oh yeah, I was very excited when I saw that Abyssals was going to be a thing, and then like it's just like it's not very good.
Yeah.
It's like they have.
It's like it's supposed to be
cards. Like they have like one of the few cards that can like obliterate back row level 0s, but like besides that, it's like they got a clock kick. And like we don't know if we're gonna be able to get the shift stock bomb.
We should be able to.
I don't know if they're gonna include that or not.
Well, I know like I'm pretty sure like if you open a God pack from the Abyssals, it comes. I think there's a potential chance where you can get the Hoppo, the Christmas Hoppo.
But I thought that's a promo card. I didn't get it out of a God pack.
There's a regular version that it's like a promo, which is already expensive as it is, and there's also there's a shiny hollow version.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the only way to get it though in English, that would be fucking impossible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Even if it comes out to English as a promo, it's still gonna be pretty expensive.
Probably more expensive in English.
Yeah. But yeah, when you compare Abyssals, before Abyssals, they had they have a restander that regular ship girls couldn't have, but now since KC3 exists, it's like Abyssals is just really lackluster. I mean, if you like Abyssals, you should get it. Like, I'm not deterring anyone from not getting it. Like it can still hold on its own.
They're not like an old enough set where they just have trash at endgame, like fucking heal sit there.
It's definitely playable.
They have cards that can kill. Like they have a clock kick. It's just not like that.
It's not a Kagi.
It's not like some bullshit clock kick like Kantai collection, but I mean it's. I guess you could say it's like a fair set.
Yeah, that's what someone has said before is Abyssals is Kantai if it was balanced.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, with Kantai already in the meta, it's probably not going to do that much.
Yeah, and we're talking based off, like, the English format, where there still is no ban list, restriction list. So, if you're playing Kantai, then you're playing Kantai because you can run Akagi, Hibiki, and Hatsukaze all in the same deck.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's interesting to say that we have like we're getting an extra booster month.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that like you can technically splash the abyssals into your KC build, but it'd be really inconsistent.
Right,
it'd be really inconsistent.
It would fucking suck. What is their trait?
Abyssal. I think
Abyssal.
Yeah, abyssal girls. I think.
Abyssal fleet or something.
Yeah.
Abyssal girl.
Yeah. So it would contradict with their clock kick because the clock kick requires all your cards in your clock to be abyssals, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then a lot of effects are like search. You have to search for an abyssal. You have to reveal an abyssal, or whatever. But yeah, I'm happy that at least we're since abyssals is the only set to this day that has a god pack. Like even sets now they don't have that god pack treatment, which is weird. They specifically put abyssals, maybe because like we didn't get like SPs, but they should have done that for Oso then. If like they didn't get official SP, like if there's an actual god pack for Osamatsu for a case, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, but it's not like they're an extra booster, so you don't just get the 6 card per pack. If it was that golden number, they'd be able to do it, but
yeah,
I couldn't see them doing that in all boosters.
I guess we'll just move on to the Bushiroad badge event that happened recently, I think. I thought that was pretty dumb.
More like the Bushiroad bad event. More like the fucking please kill me Bushiroad event.
I think it was Haruhi, Disgaea, and
Sword Art Online, the only fucking stuff that could win out of all 3.
It's like, what? I didn't really pay attention to the like prize distribution, but I think you get like a badge or whatever. And you probably get something.
The badge is not a prize. It was like a.
It was like a participation.
It was like a, hey guys, I signed up for this like quirky summer event. I got a fucking pin badge that I could have made myself.
But yeah, the reason why I put this on the agenda is like seriously, like what the fuck? Why are there these type of events? Like, I mean, I guess you can have these type of events, but if you're gonna do some shit like this, like do it so like it promotes like actual good promos, like exclusive sleeves or like an exclusive card promo or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you want to support your local like game store, which is not a like that's nothing wrong with that, but it's like okay, I get a badge. I get a badge.
I mean, I guess people do deserve a badge for playing crappy sets that'll never win them the game.
Or at least like give mats or something.
They can feel like I mean, a badge, like that's the state of English. It's just like,
I mean,
what kind of promo item do I get for going to this Bouchard event? A fucking badge.
They should have been.
You don't get like a fucking. At least give them a fucking poster.
They should have been more wise with what decks you could use for that tournament, because clearly Sword Art Online has like the other decks can't compete against Sword Art Online.
Yeah, they can't.
SAO has.
Did you play any deck, or were you like forced to play a trial deck?
I don't know if it was a trial deck or if it was you just have to focus on those decks, but either way, even the SAO trial deck was better than the other trial decks. Oh, actually no, the Sky's trial deck is really good, but I'm assuming
the new one.
No, the old one. But I'm pretty sure the old one wouldn't be available for this tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, if you're gonna do events, be sure to like be more like enticing, I guess.
Yeah, give someone something like a little more interesting than a badge, or just give a little more freedom. I don't know. They didn't have to limit the event. I don't know.
Yeah. Next we're going to regionals coming up for Atlanta. I can't go to it, but I know
yes.
Enrique is going. And Atlanta is usually interesting to hear about.
Yeah, I went there once. I went to the aquarium. Cool. The aquarium's cool, right?
Gambate. Anyways, we're going to English as it stands now. Nothing has really changed for English yet. But I feel like when Love Live 2DX comes out, obviously the meta is going to shift for sure.
Maybe. I mean, that's just
There's always gonna be your rabies induced so rush decks like infesting the English format. When you have like freaking like blue titans that are like dominating the meta, that's like literally autistic. Like I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like why?
Yeah, we all know Kantai's not fucking Kantai and attack. Like I don't know.
I mean, it's good though. I like how.
Is Cinderella Girls doing anything? Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's been topping some.
Like okay, I just don't have enough. Like it's like talk about regionals, but I don't really know. I don't have the deets. I don't know what the fuck is winning.
It has been topping some.
Like is AOT still topping? Like tell me.
Yeah,
it
is. It is.
Is the triangle just like Cinderella Girls, Kantai, Attack on Titan, nothing else? Like what?
SAO.
SAO, yeah.
Yeah, SAO's been there as well. But like for regionals, for English regionals, like I heard it's from my experience of like what people tell me, like it's mostly like a joke. Like people either drop out after the first round or whatever. Well, I guess for most regionals, people probably do that. But like, you have people coming in with like trial decks, which I mean, more power to you if you can actually win with a trial deck. But it's like,
hey, you can't tell them that they can't fucking play their fucking trial decks too. That's part of their life. You know, there's always gonna be like you know, if little Timmy wants to fucking play some Weiss Schwarz and he wants to sign up, you know.
I saw like people who go like 6-2 or like whatever, like people who like do bad and they still get top 8. They still potentially get into top 8. I mean, I like how at least regionals is free. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty nice. And they.
Oh, it is free?
Yeah, it's free.
Well, obviously not getting there is free, but like the tournament itself being free is nice.
Yeah, and they do give you some exclusive promos. I do appreciate that. But yeah, maybe I'm just being salty.
I don't know. I'd like to go to one eventually, which is why like I kind of want to get Love Live when it comes out, so I can try to go to the next one, because obviously it's not going to be it would have been available in time for regionals, but Busho decided they wanted to fucking be like, we have to fucking hold this shit back so we can get all the Rin Hushinas and all the Hanayas perfectly aligned, and it's just going to fucking come out and it's going to be complete garbage. Like they're not going to they're going to print like a Honoka card in blue, and that'll be the next Busho haha you fucked up thing. But hopefully that doesn't happen, but
it's just so uninteresting. I mean, I guess I shouldn't really be saying since I would, if I do went to regionals, I'd be playing meta English Kantai. But like, wouldn't you be kind of disgusted, obviously, of seeing English meta Kantai, but also seeing like blue Titans like in your matches constantly,
yeah,
or like
I guess
rushy decks?
Boring, but that's just like the nature of English. Like it's gonna take a while, a lot of dedicated time for Bushiro to get us up to par with JP's like amount of mana. I mean, you can't even say that. Like, in JP, I don't even know if there's really that much diversity. I mean, is everyone just playing TLR? Like, what's going on in JP? Like, I don't know that.
No, people are playing different decks.
But I'm sure I'm sure there's always going to be, like, those people who want to play whatever they want and stuff. And it's just, like, Busho of America just needs to... They need to, like, start releasing some stuff. They're going to do something. Like, you guys set up Nisei Monogatari, so give us Monogatari second series. That'll help the meta. That'll do something. Mm-hmm. That'll add more cancerous fucking search combos to the meta. That's great. I mean, I fucking love Monogatari. I'd love to play
diversity.
I'd love to play that in English. Like, just give fucking some stuff. Like, if you want to be super cancerous, bring us TLR. Like, I doubt that set can make it past the English border of like, can't be too good. Unless they're Kantai collection. But, I mean, no one's touched TLR yet in ban list, and I guess we get to know what's happening at the end of the month, but until that happens, I don't think they bring TLR over, but I doubt they're going to really announce much until then anyway.
Yeah, or Garu friend Beto.
When even... no, they don't have the licensing for that over here. When was the last English release announced? Like,
Was it, well, we're getting Abyssos,
Like,
Nisekoi. After that, I know there's already something announced after those, right?
I swear, I just can't remember what. Fuck. Why are we so dumb? Wait, I just go. Okay, easy fix. Just Boosh Road, Weiss Schwarz, website. But this is easy peasy. We just look on the EN website and it'll tell us everything. Okay. Products. This is a fucking great little... A Prisma Ilia!
Oh yeah, that set's actually going to be pretty impactful.
Is it... I forget which sets it is. It just says Prisma Ilia DX.
I think it has the first two sets. I believe it's the first two sets.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be... I forgot that was a wild one. I remember
It has
that.
like a really good... It's probably going to be something that's really close to Tularoo because it has a really it has a really like combo-y level 3. Like you set up to a level 3 where you have your level 3. You have your whole field is just like the first attack is like no, it's not. I don't think it's the first attack, but it's like all your attacks end up being like burn one before you trigger check. So you bypass compass or like money counters, which is actually pretty good.
Oh, I see. Also, wow, Love Live's Delays actually made it so that it's being released after Nisekoi Sweets, which comes out in 3 days. Or not Sweets, but Extra Booster.
Oh, that's really close.
Yeah, it comes out in 3 days.
Jeez.
So yeah, I didn't realize that, but there you go. Now we know.
Jesus. That's actually really close. I think that's like the closest. Wait, so so we're getting Nisekoi right after.
Yeah, Nisekoi comes out this Friday.
Oh.
Right? Oh, that's how little we fucking care. Damn, we're so objective. I love how objective we are, Beanley, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, more power to the audience though. Like, prove us wrong. Go into your locals and dominate with your Nisekoi deck.
Hey, if I can go if I can win with a shitty fucking Iyami trash deck with a 16,000 vanillas and really trash cards, you can do it too, Nisekoi Sweets. You're better than that anyway, so go ahead, knock yourself out, Abyssals. Prove everybody wrong. Kill Kantai with all your might. But, yeah.
It's like people prep. I just love it. Like from what I hear, like people prep the mentality of like for English regionals, like they prep like, okay, I'm gonna expect Kantai, so let me make sure my deck is good against Kantai, and I like, okay, you might get that win, but then like, what about the other your other 7 matches?
What about the other 998 words? Either way, I think we said most we had to say about all that. Right?
English, yeah. Well, I like to always end it off with like, we have a big announcement about.
We gotta talk about the interesting format.
But for English, I always like to end it with like what I think what we would like as players for the Bushy Road to follow for the English format. Well, is there any sets you would like to see, Jenna?
Realistic sets I'd like to see in English? Monogatari.
Yeah, Monogatari. Yeah.
Because that's got to be coming sometime soon. Probably next year or late this year. Maybe I don't know if we have a set slated for November, but I could see it coming out late in the month. Or late in the year, like really late. If not, probably like January of next year. That's a possibility as well. But it's coming soon. Like, you can't deny the fact that they wouldn't have printed Nisei Monogatari if they weren't going to print Monogatari second series in English. So, better get your Maoi and Shinobu signs, kids, when they come out.
Actually, I want to see like, not really, but I said, Log Horizon got a power up set. Like, it kind of leaves that awkward position for people who do play English Log Horizon. Like, how am I gonna like, if you want to go to like a regional, like, and you want like to play Log Horizon, like, it'd be nice to have the power up cards in your deck, because they really did help the set.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
So it's like maybe they should do something about like releasing power up sets for cards. I mean, for sets already out that pertain to
Yeah,
English.
I wonder how they would release that in English though, because they've never done something like that before in English. So, but I mean, maybe if they would have just waited a smidgen longer to release Log Horizon in English, they could have just kind of like shoved the power up set in there alongside it, so that it could get like a bigger set. But
and probably, or maybe they could have done like something with like a Meister. I don't know. They could. There's different ways
just
to
release it outright. Like maybe they'll do that. I don't know what they're planning. I'm not Ian Bouchard, who likes to release frickin' Haruhi and Disgaea, everyone's favorite sets that they want to play. I mean, not that they're not popular. They're very popular, but
I want to see realistically, like if it were to come to English, I want to see Symphogear. That'd be interesting.
Symphogear, yeah.
Or Terraform Mars.
Yeah.
As usual.
I'm trying to think of some other stuff. I can't really think of anything that I'd want in English. Like, I don't really... Like, I'm trying to think of things that would change stuff, but I don't know, there's nothing particularly...
Or Index and Railgun as well.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting.
It's a pretty quirky set.
It's quirky, that's a good way to describe it.
As in, like, it can actually hold up on its own.
Yeah, I'm just riding that Monogatari train until it comes out in English. Like, I already fucking bit the bullet and bought it in Japanese, so, I mean, and I was right to do so, since they're not releasing it for, like, another fucking forever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had that. You have that deck.
Yeah, because I don't have the fucking Miois, and I need to get them. And I'm stupid. And I'm too busy playing Osamatsu to really play much else.
And I guess, unrealistically, I want to see, it'd be interesting to see Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, but we're never going to get that.
Yeah.
Puyo's just, it's a Japanese
I think there was
series.
one English. Isn't there like an English
I think they might have released one of the games in English, maybe a few, but it's not popular in America in the slightest.
Yeah. Oh, well, English, well, again, like, English Weiss in general, it's based off of other countries as well, like Singapore. Singapore had a lot of influence with bringing Kantai, apparently.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's where we can segue into our talk about the announcement, because there's a specific set that obviously would go very well in the English format and would have a very interesting release in America. And could get some interesting people in Weiss. So
Bushiroad couldn't afford Cory the House anime, so they got Star Wars anime instead.
And Feet ReZero.
And well. Reply Zero.
They're like, guys, I know we just announced this in Chaos, and a lot of people really wanted this in Weiss, so we're just gonna put it in Weiss too.
Reply
Don't tell
Zero.
People who like Chaos, and it's just like, okay, there we
these
go.
are really good decisions, though.
Oh yeah. That shit's gonna. Both these are gonna sell very well. Both of them are very well liked franchises, obviously.
I'm sad that Star Wars starts like it says they're gonna use content from the 4th all the way to the 7th.
Yeah, it's the good ones only, mainly.
No Jar Jar Binks Yami
clones.
No
Jar Jar Binks Akatsuki. No Jar Jar Binks fucking.
So it'd be funny if you play your Misa Yusa build with my Misa Yusa build from Charlotte. Yeah, but sorry, that was a bad joke.
Gonna be a big thing. Probably a pretty big set as well.
They have a lot of material to use. Since there's one Star Wars movie is pretty.
I believe it said it was the like 4 to 6 and then 7 as well. I think that's what it said it was. So like the most recent and then the well loved trilogy. So I mean I don't know much about Star Wars. I'm getting to it. I'm gonna watch.
Everyone's waiting for their Darth Vader SP or their Yoda.
Oh
SP.
yeah, that's the thing we were gonna think about, like, are they gonna do stamps? Are they gonna get like the original English VAs? Are they gonna do like the dub VAs for Japan? Like what? It'll probably be a stamp, but
Yeah, I feel like it'd be
I don't know
stamp.
if they could afford fucking Star Wars, but they couldn't fucking get the Osmatsu fucking signatures, you know. But one thing I was thinking about though about Star Wars was that maybe we won't see it in English because I'm not sure how like the licensing works for it in Japan. Like maybe it's cheaper to get a hold of it in Japan, so if they tried to print it in English, they just wouldn't have the funds or anything like that. But
They should though, since it would be a hit in English. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd
But
be a
it's
set
just like if they can't get the license in English, they can't get the license in English. But obviously, it probably has a good chance to come over, depending on all that legal crap. But I mean, obviously,
I definitely agree. I see a Star Wars like that. I don't know if they could afford SPs like you said. Like maybe for the stamp, it would probably be like a traditional like Star Wars, like the gold stamp. It would match with like how Star Wars is, like with the color, because you usually see the logo in yellow, anyways.
Yeah, like if I knew about Star Wars, I'd be able to theory craft what I thought that they would use as stamps, but I don't know that much, so
or
maybe
at least
they'll just get a nice big juicy stamp of Jar Jar Binks' face to show the fact that he's not in it, but we have him in spirit.
Or at least like they might do colored stamps, or like how Osu did, like how Darth Vader would probably be like a red stamp, and then
Yeah,
like
they
Yoda
could
could
do
be
that
green.
as well.
Yeah.
I'm just dying to see what it looks like. I want to see some sample cards for this. Get that show on stream, show it to us, because I'm sure many people want to know how it's gonna look. Obviously, it's gonna be probably movie like screenshots and stuff, but like, are they gonna have like promo-y looking cards where it's like backdrop with like characters standing in front of it? I just want to know what it looks like.
It's gonna have the Milky Holmes 3D syndrome.
It's just gonna be hilarious to look at a Weiss Schwarz card and have like fucking stormtroopers standing there, or like.
Oh yeah, this is probably gonna be like the Titan clones, probably like the stormtroopers.
I mean, I predict that it's probably gonna be a pretty good set.
Yeah.
Because I mean.
Even if it was a shitty set, people would still buy it anyways.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if it has some sort of like actual SP to it. Like fuck, if they're gonna go, they might as well go all out, I guess. But.
It's just really like out of the ball. Like no one expected that.
Oh yeah, it's so strange. Like I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's very strange. Like it's just gonna look really weird to be like, okay, I play my fucking Idolmasters fucking Moe trash, and then they're like, okay, here's fucking Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader just plop down there.
And I'm glad
Akatsuki R2D2. There you fucking go.
I'm glad they picked at least like a really relevant series as well.
Yeah, if they were gonna journey into the realm of 3D, at least they picked something that's like extremely
popular,
extremely well known. That's gonna sell them. It's not gonna be a mistake because they're gonna make money off of
it. Good job, Bushiroad. Oh, JP Bushiroad.
Yeah.
Next is the ReZero. A lot of people like it because it's like apparently anime of the year according to Enrique, but he says everything's anime of the year. But ReZero is obviously going to sell a lot too because I think it's a really good anime.
Yeah, I have to catch up on it, but I did see the first like 3 episodes, and it's definitely good. It's just like, wow, that's really fast between their Chaos set and their Weiss set. Like, yeah, there's a gap because their Chaos set is, I think, coming out more recently, and their Weiss set will be like 3-4 months from now. But I'm still waiting for Kiznai for in Japanese. So.
Oh yeah.
For like ReZero, I don't want to get too excited about too many things at once.
Yeah, they really stepped up this year.
Yeah, it's been pretty much hit after hit with the way these sets have been. Some random guy says, except for Osamatsu, but fucking whatever.
And
Osamatsu is fucking popular.
Again, with like JP, like they have an agenda, and they know what they're doing. Like with the power ups, I think it was Rewrite is getting like more cards or whatever. It's like so they have all the stuff that's like planned and scheduled. And then, English is just like, okay.
English just gets a dartboard, and they're like, All right, guys. Here's a couple of animes that were in Weiss Schwarz about 3 years ago. Want me to throw the word? Okay, we'll throw it, and it's horror heat. There you go.
It's like English and JP are like two different artists with like an open canvas. JP is like a Picasso, like Michelangelo, like painting, while like English is like stick figures. That's how comparable it is. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, this was a good discussion, I think.
Yeah, I think we rounded off our everything pretty good. Look forward to
actually,
all that stuff, children.
I guess since we're already talking about JP, we'll like just briefly, I guess, discuss the ban, like the restriction list. Do you think there are going to be any changes? I feel like there should be changes. I feel like if there's no changes, it's going to really upset the player base.
Well, yeah, there were no changes last time.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say.
I feel like we have to get some kind of blood to get something to change.
If they change like one card from the restriction list, and I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, people are also wanting them to unban specific cards as well.
Yeah, there's good arguments for a lot of cards that shouldn't really be on the restriction list, or like they're like the way the format has like the meta for JP, like they're not as strong as they were before to contend with like the newer sets, because there is a power creep in Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah, definitely.
But anything, I probably would get hate for this, but I do want to see Tularu like on the restriction list in some form.
Yeah, maybe they'll get like some sort of light restriction. I don't know. I don't want to get too into it. I don't want to piss people off by saying something. I don't play competitively in like big JP tournaments. I don't have the right or the fucking God, I'm a retard. I can't even fucking think of the word. I'm dumb, and I cannot properly assess these cards in JP meta. Cool. I like to play Osamatsu, okay? I'm not gonna be fucking making any big fucking leaps in the world, okay? That's my fucking thoughts on that.
How would you feel, Jenna, if Osamatsu somehow got hit?
Yeah, let's just ban the only good card they have, I guess. Sounds good.
They should ban Ichimatsu because no one uses him anyway.
Just be like, okay, well, we gotta do something. No, that's an English Bushiroad way. We don't like that in JP.
But yeah, I guess thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to Waifu Wars.